Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, or maybe good evening. My name is SHAZIA Egi from TBI 3D. I made this video to fulfill my midterm of integrated course speaking for formal interaction. Okay, I will talk about Independence Day of Indonesia. That we know the history of how heroes struggled to liberate this nation. Let's not linger too long. Let's discuss it. The Independence Day of Indonesia, in Indonesia formerly known as Hari Ulang Tahun Kemerdekaan Republik Indonesia, shortened HUT RI or simply Hari Kemerdekaan, and colloquially referred by the people as 17-an, meaning the 17th, is a national holiday in Indonesia commemorating the anniversary of Indonesia's proclamation of independence on 17 August 1945. It was made a national holiday by government in Decree 1946. Ceremonies and festivities are held throughout the country to celebrate this national day. Discounts are offered by participating shopping centers and or business. The route to Indonesia independence is so long and complicated. The country suffered several invasions and takeovers over a period of hundreds of years before finally declaring total independence to 1945. 100 of years ago, before Indonesia was a unified nation, the archipelago, an extensive group of islands, was made up of many small kingdoms, each of which spoke their own native language. The most powerful kingdom during Indonesia's early history were Sriwijaya, a Buddhist kingdom in South Sumatra, and Sailendra, a Hindu kingdom in Central Java. It was during the period that some of Indonesia's most famous monuments were built. By the 30s, this powerful kingdom had been conquered by the Majapahit Empire. Majapahit ruled over much of present-day Indonesia, Singapore, Brunei, part of Malaysia, and Thailand and the southern Philippines. They ruled from 1293 to 1527. The Mataram Sultanate took control in the mid 1550s and were the last independent kingdom that ruled Indonesia before the Dutch took control in the 70s. It was during this period the popularity of Islam spread throughout Indonesia. The Dutch and British fleet arrived soon after the Portuguese in a race to gain control of the resort-rich Spice Island. The first Dutch fleet sailed from Holland in 1595, and by 1605 the Dutch had taken control of the Spice Island. Over the following decades, the Dutch extended their power, colonized in the island, and enslaved the local people. The Dutch ruled Indonesia for the next 350 years. During the Dutch rule, Indonesians were forced to grow crops, which were traded in Europe, and the local population became impoverished. It was not until the 20th century that the Dutch rules began building schools and spending money on healthcare, sanitation, and irrigation. In 1942, during World War II, the Japanese invaded Indonesia. At first, the Indonesia welcomed to Japanese and as liberation from Dutch colonial rule. However, the Japanese were brutal rulers and exploited the Indonesian people and their resources. In 1945, the Japanese lost the war on August 17, 1945. In Indonesia was declared independent by the first president is Sukarno. Despite the declaration, the Dutch refused to acknowledge Indonesia independence and a bloody guerrilla war ensued. Finally, on November 2, 1945, after 4 years of war, the Dutch acknowledged Indonesia independence. And the next is Carnival. On Independence Day, parades or carnival take place on streets in cities and villages across the nation. They may take the form of a modest carnival organized by local people, where children and sometimes adults wear patriotic clothes or traditional ethnic costume. The parade and carnival usually features marching band or bicycle carnival. Marching band is a group of instrument music who perform while marching, often for entertainment or competition. And then bicycling carnival are known locally. Sepeda hias is participated by children riding bicycle decorated in the Independence Day theme with red and white color, and will be announced the winner for the best decorated bicycle, the winner. And there are some traditional games or competition to celebrate Independence Day in Indonesia. The example is Panjat Pinang. It is a famous Independence Day game usually conducted at village or communities throughout the country. The game is done by using a grazed pole and putting precious prizes on top, and participants must climb the pole to get the prizes. And then kerupuk eating race kerupuk are hanged on trade, and competition must race to eat them with their hand behind their back. I think for now, thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.